Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope y'all having a great day today. I'm having a fabulous day. Wow, once again, I want to say happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating a birthday this month, February. We're right into the first week of February. A lot of stuff going on this month. You got your Valentine's. Happy Valentine's to everyone out there. You got your Super Bowl. You got your Black History Month. There's a lot going on. With all the happy things that's going on, birthdays, celebration, Valentine's, Super Bowl, Black History Month, I have to take a moment to send condolences out to the families that lost their loved ones a week or so ago, about a week and a half ago, over in Jordan. There was 3 soldiers that lost their life. They was in their barracks sleep. This happened about 2 o'clock in the morning, and all 3 of these soldiers was in the same unit. They was from different parts of Georgia. They was out of Fort Moore, Georgia, and they was in the Army Reserve. So we had Sergeant William Rivers. He was 46 years old. We had Specialist Kennedy Sanders. She was 24 years old. And we had Specialist Brianna Morfitt. She was 23 years old. Oh, sad situation. These soldiers chose to put their life on the line. They chose a career where they was willing to fight for their country so that we can have the freedom that we have. And anytime something like this happens to a soldier, it really touches me, because you guys know that Dad was in the military. He was in the Army also, and he retired from the Army. He was fortunate enough not to have to do any time in any war or be in any war zone or anything like that. But I've had a brother or couple of brothers that has actually served in the war, in the zone, out there in the field with it. And I know that in itself, they made it home safely, but that in itself really did something to their mind, to them mentally. It really, messed up their minds mentally and everything. But thank God, they did what they needed to do, and they made it back home safely. So I could not even imagine what these families are going through, and having to get that phone call that their loved ones has been killed. Such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. I feel so bad for the mothers and the families, all the mothers and families and friends that had a family member to lose their life. But it really touches my heart with those 2 young girls. They was young. They was right into the beginning of their life. They chose to go into the reserve, the Army Reserve, for whatever reasons. They made that choice. They chose to go be deployed, or if they even had a choice, I don't know. A lot of times when it comes to deployment, it depends on your job, if you even have a choice to be deployed. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You just have to go when they say go. And I think all of them was in an engineering brigade, where they build roads and bridges and, all this kind of stuff. So I don't even know if they had a choice, but I really feel bad. And I think sometimes we don't really understand what the soldiers' lives are if you've never really been a part of it, even been a part of it as a spouse, and something like that is going on, or been a part of it as any family member, and that you have a family member that's in one of these military branches, and it's some type of war or something going on in the world, and there's a chance that your loved one might have to go to that area and do their jobs, and you're praying constantly that they make it back. from that. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't think a lot of politicians and people that's in those type of job fields really understand it, because a lot of them ain't never even been involved with the military service, never did no basic training, never really been around families a lot that has to deal with that or go through that or be in different zones, war zones and stuff. And they don't understand that when they sitting up here making these decisions and putting our people out there on the front line. They don't get it. They don't get it. You know, it's just a soldier to them. But these soldiers have families that care deeply about them, and family that worries about their safety and if they're going to return to them. It's just crazy. I know that I heard on the news that President Biden is supposed to be going down to Georgia when these soldiers' bodies get back to the state. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really want to talk too much about politics because they'll be done took my little episode off, so I don't really want to get into that. I just want people, when you're seeing these stories and you're seeing these families on TVs, to really, really, understand what they have sacrificed, what they have given. They have given the ultimate. They have given their life, something they would never get back. The families are losing loved ones that they won't have any more experience with, any more, life memories to make. They won't make any more memories with this loved one. They instead of continue to make life memories, happy memories, they're making plans for burial, and trying to be strong to get through that process, knowing when they loved one left however many months ago, not knowing that was going to be the last time that they saw their loved one. It's a lot. It gets to be a lot. So I pray for any soldier that's put into that position. And I understand they agreed when they signed those papers to become a soldier, that they was giving up at any time. They might be giving up their life for this country. And they know that this is one of the outcomes of them being a soldier. I understand all that. I have several family members that has retired from the military, spent time in the military, and has made it back to their families, to us. But like you said, just being in any type of zone where there is destruction, tragedy, it leaves a mark on them. It does. And a lot of times they're not even able to deal with that, to analyze that, and to get that under control. It really bothers them. So I pray that these families have strength to make it through this process that they're having to deal with. And I pray that we as a country continue to support and, be there if you have anyone or know anyone that has a child, a husband, a daughter, a son, a brother or uncle, a friend, a cousin, anyone that is a part of the military system here in the United States, that you show that support to them. and be there for them as much as possible, because our young kids chooses this as a career or as a stepping stone, and go through this process, and knowing, yes, they go into it knowing that they could lose their life, but that is definitely not what's on their mind. They're going into it for reasons to usually put them in a better place, a better situation. And it's just sad. It's just really sad. We're here in the month of Black History Month, and we're getting the news that we have lost 3 of our soldiers, young people, 3 young people that chose this career path. And I'm not saying, any career that you go in has, anything could happen. You can go into a career and some maniac come up in the job place and start shooting up everything right here in the United States. We've seen that happen. We know that can happen also. But the chances are a little bit less when you're not in a war zone. It's a little less chance when you're going to work on a daily basis in a little safer environment, because none of it is safe. But when you're not going out into that war zone, when they went to bed that night, I know they was probably saying their prayers and not, asking God to cover them, but not thinking that will be their last time here in the natural life. So yeah, it's just crazy. I really wanted to talk about that and just, put my opinion out there for that. There were over 30 other soldiers that was injured and, hurt. I pray that they have a great recovery and they make it through that. Even with them recovering, help on the health side, that's probably going to really mess with them mentally for a long time, or even the rest of their life, because they was a part of this. I'm sure they knew these soldiers that did lose their life. So that's something that they're going to have to deal with mentally for the rest of their lives. It's really sad. Wow. Okay. All right, guys, just wanted to put my little opinion out there about that. I'm very sensitive when it comes to military employees, military personnel, and also their families, because people just don't understand the stress that they have to go through, even as a supporting person to that military employee or military personnel. It's a lot. It's a lot. It could be a great life. It is a great life. It does provide very well for a lot of families, but it's also a very stressful life. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day. Granna is about to get up out of here, and hope you have a great rest of your week. Whatever you're preparing for, whether it's your, like I said, it's your Valentine, it's your Super Bowl, it's your birthday, whatever celebration, anniversaries, whatever, just make the best of it and enjoy every minute of it, because we never know when the last minute is gonna be our last minute. So whatever you're celebrating this month, just celebrate it. All the other little stuff, let it go, and just celebrate and make good memories. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna check you out next time around.